Down here, we're going to look at some propaganda poster. So this is going to be Lady Liberty. If you look, she's wearing an American flag, American stars. So this is going to be kind of a representation of America. It says, "Wake up, America," because she's fallen asleep. "Civilization calls every man, woman, and child." So this is a World War I poster, and they're calling everybody to arms. So which of the following opinions is the artist attempting to propagate? Americans are not yet part of civilization. No, that doesn't really have anything to do with anything. We're a civilized country at this time. This is 1914, around then, 1916. We're a pretty well-established country at this point, so that really doesn't have anything to do with anything. The war effort needs the help of everyone, including men, women, and children. It says it right here. Every man, woman, and child is being called by America for help. So that's going to be your answer, is B. Every man, woman, and child should rest in preparation for the war effort. That doesn't make any sense. That's just common sense right there. And Americans are part of a lazy civilization. That has nothing to do with anything. That's not what it's saying. This is about war and needing people to help them out. Okay, we're going to look at some maps now. Map makers have devised many solutions to the problems of projecting the curved surface of the Earth onto a flat piece of paper. However, all map projections involve some distortion, and each type of projection has advantages and disadvantages. Here are two types of projections shown here. So it's basically saying that no map is 100% accurate. There's just no way you can do that. Either like the continents or countries are not to size, or the distances are incorrect. You just cannot have 100% accurate because there's a curvature of the globe, and that throws everything off. So you have a Mercator, which is a flat map. Interrupted, which means if you took a globe and opened it up and laid it out, this is what it would look like. So approximately where is the least distortion on both? It's both of these map projections. So if you look, where is the least distortion? So if you just look at it, so look at 60 degrees. So there's a ton of distortion up here because it's all wonky and curved. So that one doesn't fit both. If you look at 40 degrees, once again, you're looking at the interrupted one. It's pretty wonky because it's curved, so you can't really get an actual idea of the distance. 20 degrees, also, it's still kind of wonky because it's starting to fit in here. There's splits, so you can't really tell. Both maps, though, have a pretty good idea at 0 because that's what you're going to see. There's not really any distortion here, and there's not really any distortion here. They're pretty straight across, and you can see both all the way through. There's not any like gaps or anything like that. So your answer is going to be 0. The way to remember that is just look, which one doesn't have any gaps? 0. That might be different on a test question. They might say, a different one, but for the most part, this is how you're going to answer that. So a sailor who wanted to plan an around-the-world sailing trip decided to use the interrupted projection. So this one right here. What was wrong with his decision? So why was that a bad idea? Like, if he chose this map. The interrupted projection distorts distances across the continents at mid-latitudes. So latitudes. So all of these are within the map itself. There's not really a lot of distortion in there. There's no gaps or anything like that, except down here in Antarctica. The interrupted projection distorts distances across the ocean. So if you look at this, all the oceans here, up here, and here, these are all broken apart. So you really can't get a good idea of how far apart they are. You can look at the land masses and be like, okay, well, it's this long or, this high, and you can get an idea. But the oceans are pretty chopped up, and that makes it really hard to read that map. So your answer is going to be B. All your land masses are pretty good, and it shows all the world's oceans. They're just blown apart, so it makes it really difficult to see what you're doing. So that's why your answer is going to be B.